Man, don't do that. No. What are you thinking? Hey everyone, John here from Trigger Finger Shooting, and today I want to talk to you about some of my pet peeves of gun safety. A few of the things I've seen, both online and in person, that I want to talk to you about and help you to think about these next time you're handling your firearm. So before we get there, let's go ahead and review the three rules of gun safety. So the first rule, always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. So don't point your gun at anything that you do not want to destroy, no matter if you think it's loaded or not. Even if it's unloaded, you always keep your gun pointed in the safe direction, because you never know if it actually is loaded. And it's not a chance you want to take. Second rule, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Now this is something that takes time to practice, but every time you handle your firearm, you should be holding your trigger finger out there and not inside the trigger guard. So keep your finger outside the trigger guard at all times. Third rule is keep your firearm unloaded until you're ready to use it. So for my pet peeves, keeping it pointed in a safe direction. There are so many times I've seen that law broken by well-intentioned and generally safe gun handling people. But yet, they lose track of where they're at, what they're doing, and they forget about what they're doing. And to help me demonstrate this, I have Mr. Flannel here, representing my good friend. So Mr. Flannel here is interested to see my firearm. So I pick up my firearm, and what do? I'm pointing right at Mr. Flannel. No, do not do that. Do not pick your firearm up and point it at the person right next to you. Don't do that. That is my pet peeve. That's one of the biggest pet peeves I have, is pointing at the friend that you're showing your firearm off to. So you pick it up and you're pointing at your friend. That is bad. Who knows if it's loaded or not? Maybe you checked it. Maybe you thought you checked it. And then you start messing around and somebody gets hurt or killed. Do not point your gun at your friend who is standing right next to you to look at your firearm. Always make sure that he is next to you this way and come forward. So this way, the firearm is, in front of you and even pointing down range. So you want to keep the firearm pointing down range in a safe direction at all times, away from other people. If you're at your home, make sure you're pointing it in a safe direction within your home. And keep in mind that bullets can shoot through walls too. You don't want to shoot it at somebody that's in the next room over. So you want to make sure you keep it pointed in a safe direction that is safe inside and outside the building that you're inside. Understand? So don't point your gun at your friend that you're showing your firearm to. So my second pet peeve is people pointing the gun at their own hands. So you're looking at your gun, maybe showing it off, and you're kind of showing it off. You're moving your hand. I'm using my glove here, so I'm not actually going and pointing at my own hand to demonstrate this. So keep your hand out from in front of the gun at all times. So don't flag yourself. Don't point the gun at your own hand. Got it? Third thing is, we all love to go to gun stores. We all love looking at guns at the gun store. And one thing I hate, and I think this is really poor etiquette, is when somebody's looking at a gun and they're pointing it at the guy behind the counter. So this is Mr. Flannel is also a salesman. So he just hands me this gun to look at. And a lot of people point it right at the salesman. Don't do that. No. What are you thinking? So point it off in the direction to one side or to the other side. But don't point it at the salesman. Come on. Be nice. Show some proper etiquette. I know every time I've talked to salespeople about that, They appreciate the fact that when I go to the store, I don't point it at the salesman itself. I'm always pointing it off at an angle, one side or the other, but never at the salesperson. And of course, you don't want to turn around and point it out at the other people in the store too. That would be really bad. But make sure you're pointing it not at the salesman. Don't point the gun at the salesman. Come on, seriously. So that's my rant about my pet peeves of gun safety. Think about it and be safe out there, please. For crying out loud, be safe. Be sure to subscribe and check out another video if you want.